old chain that's in a big old sycamore tree. Find a lot of locks. Oh, there's a lock right there. So we're out on a new metal detecting trip. Now this is a place that I've been to before, but I'm hoping that maybe the floods have washed some stuff out of the banks, or maybe we'll hear a target that we didn't hear before. So anyway, we're just going to kind of work our way up through here, up both sides, and see what we can find. Now I do have a good signal right here that could very well be a bullet that I missed some other time. I thought we'd just dig it together. This is the first target right there. That's a nice, yeah, pretty, it's a high enough reading for it to be a bullet. Now that's my very first target I'm going to dig today, and if I can find one relic today, I'll be happy. All right, you ready? I'm going to put you under. Hold your breath. Well, I can honestly say we're not off to a great start. It's this piece of aluminum, but that was a nice loud target, so we can still find some relics in here yet. We got a long way to go up along this creek, so I think we'll get into at least a little bit of something today. Okay, just a few feet away. Got another decent signal. It's a little bit higher, so we might get lucky with this one. Maybe something really good. Hold your breath. Well, it didn't take us long to get our first relic. This looks like a round ball. Could be out of a small caliber musket or a big caliber big caliber revolver. Pretty sure that's a musket ball though. Very good. We've got a relic today. We're on the board. This is kind of a screamer here. Nice and high on the meter. Let's just go under and fan that. I think that's on the bedrock. That's pretty sad too. Another big old piece of aluminum. Boy, that thing sounded good, didn't it? Well, if there's targets like this in here, provided this didn't wash down in the flood last year, or this past winter, we're gonna find some relics today. Can you see me? It's kind of a weird piece of iron. Now, I'm gonna be digging the iron targets in here because it could be bayonets or cannonballs or something like that, because this was a battle site. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's pretty nondescript. You know, it might be part of a kettle. See how it's got that curvature to it. So not a great find, but definitely worth digging. Probably going to see more targets like this today. Still working my way along this edge here, and guess what I see? Can you see it? That's our first mini ball. Look at that. You see it? Washed out of the bank. That's what we're looking for, my friends. Some mini balls. That's awesome, dude. Well, second relic of the day, and it wasn't even in the water. Pretty sweet, huh? I just found this little can. It says Party Time Screwdriver, which is a alcoholic drink, but I thought it said Baby Time at first. I'm like, man, that's pretty forward. Baby Time alcoholic drink. Actually, that's pretty cool right there. I wonder if it's ever been done. And again, always be cautious of these really good sounding aluminum lids that have glass sticking out the bottom. Wear gloves, cut-proof gloves, just like this. In fact, I'll put an affiliate link, Amazon affiliate link, in a pinned comment, so where you can buy these things quite inexpensively, and they're really good. I haven't had one wear through yet, and I've been out 4 or 5 times. I won't show you any more of these, but I'm finding a few fishing sinkers. This is a lead weight that people would use for fishing to hold their bait down on the bottom. So I'll just show you this one. The rest of them will remain hidden from view unless I get you out and I'm digging it because I think it might be a bullet. Looks like a Coca-Cola bottle right there. Let's see. Yes, indeedy. Not a blue one though, so it's not very old. Oh well. So I had kind of a scratchy signal right here, so I didn't get you out to dig it, and as it turns out I couldn't even hear it with pinpointers, so I had to dig down quite a ways. But I think I see a Civil War bullet right there. I haven't picked it up yet. Let's go look at it together. First we'll check out that hole I dug. So this is really cool. This is a fired bullet. I think that might be a Gardner, Richmond Gardner, Confederate bullet that hit backwards. You can see how it peeled this back. There's actually like a little skirt right in there. But yeah, that's what that is. It's kind of a weird looking way to find it, and I haven't found too many like that in the past. So just dug a modern pistol cartridge. I think it's probably a 45 caliber. Gave it a pretty good squeak. I almost got you out, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. I think this might be part of a strap, like a wagon wheel or something. It's not 100% on it, but I wouldn't doubt it. Wow, that's a big old piece of iron, man. Woo-wee. Almost got you out for it because I thought it might be a shell, but it's a little bit bigger than an artillery shell might be. Well, I just dug another fired bullet. That one's pretty messed up right there. So, you know, we're actually doing, that's the base of it. You can see the base how it's kind of crunched in. That looked like it hit pretty close. But, you know, we're not actually doing too bad. And that wagon wheel thing that I found, that may or may not be a wagon wheel, that would have gone on the outside of the wheel to keep the wood from wearing. And there was a battle here, so it's a possibility that could be from the Civil War. I mean, it may not be, but it could be like an old artillery wagon or a forage wagon that got pushed in the creek. You just never know. In the meantime, we're going to keep working along through here. That looks like an old beaver hole going up in there, and at least it didn't come out and bite me. Not yet anyway. Just dug this big old piece of enamelware. This is like to, oh no, it's a sign actually. It could be to a wash basin or something, but I think it's actually part of a sign. Let's clean it up a little bit, see what it says. D-A-N. Looks like D-A-N. I don't know if that's an O or a U. So H-I-G down there. Not sure what that had gone to, but there's a little better shape I put in my collection, but I don't think I'll do that with this one. I have too much stuff already. Here's an old chain that's in a big old sycamore tree. Find a lot of locks. Oh, there's a lock right there. Find a lot of locks on the river, and I guess this is where people had the boats tied up back in the day. And you can see it goes through the tree there. There's actually another one over here. Look at this. If we can get over here. Yeah, there's another lock and a big old chain hanging down. So there's a really nice squeaker here. Going up into the mid 80s. Well, actually, you can see it. All right, probably like a tent pole. Almost got it. Yeah, so that sounded really good, man. But it's a piece of junk. Only good for recycling. So that's an old beaver hole right there. See a big hole that goes back up in there, and this is kind of cloudy, so that means he was in and out of there not too long ago. He's got a den up there in the bank. Man, I dug a lot of cans. Let's check the beaver hole. Sometimes I get pretty lucky over here. Well, speaking of locks, we just found one. Yeah, so that's not going to be very old. That's about the same age as the ones hanging on the tree there. You know, could be 1920, probably, I don't know, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s maybe. I thought it'd be a can because it's washed up close to that log right there, but it wasn't. The signal doesn't sound too bad right here. It could be a goodie. Let's go. I'm not going to put you under because it's going to get cloudy as soon as I start doing stuff, but yeah, it's not it's pretty soft, so I don't know. You see it? Oh, a piece of aluminum. Really light aluminum right there. That's all breaking apart in my hand. Probably a piece of an old can or something. Or is that a fishing lure too? No, just aluminum. Got a little something right here. I heard it squeaking. It's probably not a good old target. Oh, it might be an old fishing reel. Nope. Alright, so what we have here is an old spigot, probably from like a kitchen sink or something, I guess. Yeah, it's not going to be very old. That's going to, you know, 1900s for sure. Gave a great signal though, nice squeak. I want to show you this thing here. You find a lot of these in creeks and rivers. This is an old bung hole outside to like a 55-gallon drum. This is made out of iron. They actually sound pretty good because of that shape, I think. But that's just a part of a 55-gallon drum. 1900s. I found a couple bucket loads of these too over the years. They're not really worth putting in your collection. So here's a little lead ball right here. That could be part of a, well, it's buckshot. It could be part of a buck and ball, which would have been 3 of these with one 69 caliber round ball, or this could be a load like a shotgun, or could even be a pistol, just a plain pistol bullet, small caliber. Really never know with these things. Right there's where I got that piece of buckshot. I got another signal here. It's not real high, but it's in that hard clay, so I'm a little bit hopeful for it. I don't think it's going to be a round ball. Sounds a little too big for it. Jeez. I'm not going to put you under because it's oh, it's off a little bit. Ooh, that feels good. Oh, sweet. What we have here is a bent up spoon. Is that silver? Okay, that's just like silver plated, and that is a nice bent up spoon. I don't know why it'd be bent like that, but it looks like somebody did it. Can't imagine a flood would have done that, but sweet. See this bank here, it looks like it sloughed off a little bit, so hopefully we'll find some more stuff in here. Nice. Can't tell if that's Civil War or not. I mean, it could be, but it could be 1900. Imagine if you people who know your silverware could look at that design and maybe tell me. I don't know. I'll try to get you a good picture of that. Just dug this big old fishing hook, and it's kind of weird because it's got a built-in sinker or weight right on the hook. I've never seen that before. So somebody probably out here catfishing, I reckon. I'll fold that up and put it away. I don't think it'll stick me, but I'll just kind of make it into a circle. And just be really careful when I clean up my bag. Well, it looks like we just got either a little coin or a button. It's probably like a modern cent, I would guess. Not silver. Yeah, I can't tell if that's going to be like a, yeah, it's definitely 100%. There's a Lincoln Memorial on the back. It's not even a wheat penny, so that's fairly modern. Oh man, I had my hopes up there. It was a nice squeaker. I didn't get you out because it's so cloudy in here. I'm still working my way upstream, but the current is kind of swirled around, and it's going it's actually going upstream right here. Well, right next to where I found that penny, I found a pocket knife. It looks like the blade's open, so someone was probably using it when it was lost. Don't know how old that is. Probably not. It's probably older than the penny, I would say, but I don't think that's Civil War era. Someone probably lost it when they're fishing out here. Pocket knife's looking pretty good right now. I haven't found a bullet for about 2 hours. I'll take it. Here's another beaver lodge. Whoa, there's a big fishy. This is a little more obvious. You can see where a beaver has taken all these sticks and piled them up against the bank. So he's going to have a hole that goes in there and then goes up in there, and that's where he has his little den. And if you look at the sticks, you'll see that a lot of these have been cut by a beaver. I guess a beaver cut there. These are all beaver cut. You can see their teeth marks. And they just bring the sticks and they push them up against the bank so other critters can't get in there and get them, I guess. And that's his little house. I'd say he might still be in there because there's some green stuff out here where that could have just washed down, I suppose, but that's definitely a beaver lodge. So I just found a piece of a clock, I believe. Yeah, probably. I don't know. A lot of these, yeah, probably had some gears in there. You see how it's kind of cut out roundish right there. That's probably a clock. I don't know. This is kind of a strange little beast right here. Yeah, it's got lots of little threads on it, three-way, and then something coming out that way. So you know, that's not Civil War era, but I don't know what it is. And that's kind of strange, isn't it? I like it. So here's an interesting piece. This is a chunky piece of iron that has leached out a lot of the iron's leached out, and it's created like a matrix or concretion, and it's got all the rock stuck to it. Now I don't know what's in here, but we're going to find out because we're just going to break it apart. I'm hoping it's going to be a piece of an artillery shell, but it could just be an iron spike or something too. I'm gonna have to get a rock. All right, here we go. You ready? I don't know yet. Oh man, that's pretty tight. It's come off. I can't tell what that is. Probably a piece of an artillery shell, I think. Looks like the round one, maybe. Yeah, that won't come off. I'm not sure. That looks almost too flat right there, but that looks like it's got a curvature, like it could be part of a round ball, but I suspect that's not what it is. I'll throw it in the bag and clean it up a little bit later. We'll do a roundup or something. Try to figure out what it is. Just a few feet away from where I found that iron thing, I just dug a Civil War bullet. Get you some light. Looks like the end's cut off there. You can see a couple rings, and it's a flat base. Not sure what that's going to be. It's kind of a strange one, actually. Trying to get you the good light so you can see it, but we'll take a closer look at that a little bit later. We're definitely going to work this area a little bit because we found two items in there so far. Well, same area, just found a nice hand forged spike. That's an old one right there. It's got that weird red color, so I suspect it was in a fire. But yeah, that's a beauty right there. See if we can get a bayonet in here. That would be the best. All right, so we're going to head on out of here for the day. I think we did okay. We found a few items. I'll go back to the house, get everything cleaned up, and we'll take a look at it, see exactly what we found. Not a lot, but it was a good day. Any day out on the river is a good day. All right, we'll see you back at the house in a few minutes. Well, I'm glad you're still with me. It's actually been a full day. Unfortunately, I was really tired when I got home last night, so cold actually, so I didn't get the video finished. And today I helped an old friend of Lindsay's do a bunch of yard work, and it's in the evening now, so I'm not going to get the video out tonight, which is Saturday, but we'll get it out for you on Sunday evening. All right, this is pretty much the totality of my finds that I kept. I was going to say, you know, it's not a lot, sorry about that, but you know what? I think any time you go out and you go metal detecting and you have fun, it was a good day. And not only did I have fun, I actually found some relics. So I got some bullets here and some other things. I'm going to show them to you up close. But yeah, you know, in the old days, I probably wouldn't even made a video for this detection. But I think it's worth sharing. And I hope you think so too. All right, let's start with the bullets first. So this, I believe, is a Sharps bullet, but I'm not 100% on that. It's got a flat, solid base like a Sharps. It looks like the top's been cut or something's happened to it. Probably fired, although if it was out of a gun with... Yeah, I think that's fired. The rifling wasn't real great on it. This is a really interesting bullet here. This is a two-ringer, or basically a Confederate Gardner bullet. And you can see how there's a gap right there in the bottom, which is really, really interesting. And there's a lot of controversy as to how these bullets were made. I'm not going to go into great detail on that because I could do a whole video on that, I think. And what happened is this bullet was fired and it hit backwards. So it just peeled it back like that. This is what a non-fired Richmond Gardner would look like. And this is out of my collection. You can see it looks like there's a little cup or something that was slid in there. And there's a lot of controversy over whether or not that is actually a separate piece or was cast integral to the rest of the bullet. I don't think we know for sure. This is a typical 3-ring mini ball, 58 caliber, 100% dropped. This is a fired Civil War bullet. It's got some rings on it, so I'm assuming, I'm not even sure what that is actually. It's got one ring, a groove right there. But it's so messed up, it's really hard to say what it was. Maybe 3 grooves on it, so that could be a mini ball. And this is just a really messed up round ball. That's probably fired out of a smoothbore musket. And of course you saw this as well. That's probably a piece of buckshot. Rest of the relics, this is a piece of a clock that we found. This is a fired modern bullet. You can always tell a modern bullet because when it has a groove in it like that, you see those little hash marks all the way around it. That wasn't invented until after the Civil War. So if you look in the groove and you see those little vertical hash marks on any bullet, even if it's just pure lead, you know that it is a post-Civil War, post-1860s bullet. That's where the rifling grooves were cut into this one. That's just a typical copper jacketed bullet right there. This was a nice little find. This is a pocket knife. I don't know if that's going to be Civil War era. I guess it could be, but it's really hard to tell with these. There's a bunch of little fishing sinkers, different sizes, the little fishing weights. You would have line tied onto them. Not sure what this little doodad is. Definitely post-Civil War. I guess that's just a copper tube coming up, but it's really quite thick, so I don't know. I don't know what that would go off of. If you guys know, let me know on that one. That's just a curious piece. No idea what it is. It looks like it's pewter or white metal. So probably post-Civil War, along with this piece here, which I don't know what that is either. Got some writing on it. Post-Civil War, it's probably white metal. You can see how it's all corroded. So I'm not sure what that is either. Got this beautiful spike right here. If you can see that redness on it, right in this area and up here, that kind of tells me that this was probably burned in a hot fire after it was used. And even my little pointy stick has the same thing on it. So this could have been wood that was put in a bonfire or something like that along the creek side. Got a spoon. Don't know if that's going to be Civil War era or not. It's definitely silver plated. And you can see the plates falling off of it. This is just brass underneath or some type of copper alloy. What else? Oh yes, got the lock. Tons of locks on the creeks and rivers where they tied up boats. You can see that one was actually cut. So someone took some bolt cutters and cut that and either stole the boat or maybe they just lost the key and they wanted to get their boat and go fishing. This is a piece of junk. That's probably out of a sink or something like that. That's pot metal. And this is the interesting little stone that I was hoping was going to be, well, it's not a stone. I was hoping it's going to be part of my artillery shell, but if you look, you can see it's domed right here. And it's very flat on that side. So I'm thinking that's going to be some type of big washer. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and take a big old hammer and smash it a couple times. And we'll look at that in just a minute. Of course, this is the coin, which is a Lincoln head cent. I think it's quite modern. I don't even think it's a copper coin. I think it's made out of, it has that zinc alloy. All right, let me go ahead and smash this. And we'll get right back to you. Okay, so I hit it with a hammer a bunch of times. And you can see it's just a big washer. And there's going to be a hole through that, although I didn't break it all the way through. Now, if I thought that was going to be a relic, I would have run it through electrolysis instead of hitting it really hard a bunch of times with a claw hammer. Well, that about wraps it up for us. I hope you enjoyed the on the river time, and I hope you especially enjoyed the looking at the relics time. That's something I haven't really done a lot of, but maybe I should do more of that in the future. Let me know if you think I should. I know it makes a video longer and maybe you guys know what everything is. I don't know. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one. We'll be on the river, not tomorrow, but the next day. Tomorrow we'll be caving.
Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby.